Okay. So this is basically uh, some enhanced entity relationship model. Means
Hmm.
some special features of entity relationship model.
Okay.
It will charge it with you. Okay. So what is enhanced concept? There are two specification
Hmm.
in ER model. You can say that is specialization and generalization. And
Hmm.
generalization. Now, what is specialization and what is generalization? Suppose, suppose we are going to construct a database for a automobile engineering firm. Okay,
Hmm.
so there you will find an entity named as automobile, na?
Hmm.
Means the vehicle.
Yes.
Vehicle. Now, clearly, in that farm, you may have different types of vehicles. Na?
Hmm.
What are the different types of vehicle you may have?
Two-wheeler, four-wheeler,
Yeah, you can have two-wheeler, then
three-wheeler, four-wheeler,
four-wheeler.
even eight-wheelers, heavy motors.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
I just took these two. Okay.
Two. Hmm.
So these are the two entities that may have in that company.
Hmm.
So I can say that two-wheeler and for the company deals with vehicle of
Hmm.
kind two-wheeler and four-wheeler.
Hmm.
Okay. Now this can be represented in ER diagram like this.
Okay.
ISA. This is called ISA relationship. This is represented
Okay.
like this.
Oh, we have done this also.
Yeah, I
Right.
told you. We have done this also.
Ah.
This is ISA relationship. Because ER diagram we completed fully. This is called specialization. So if you are going to design a database where an entity can be of different types, different speciality, can be of different types, means there are some subclasses. Okay, then we
Ah.
can
Ah.
represent the scenario in the ER diagram like this. And this relationship is called is-or relationship. This entity is called parent
Hmm.
or superclass.
Hmm.
Superclass. These are called child or subclasses. Subclass. Okay. Now,
Hmm.
what is the significance of this? Significance of this mean is that two-wheeler is also a vehicle and a four-wheeler
Hmm.
is also a vehicle. Suppose each
Hmm.
vehicle has a ID, na? Each vehicle has
Yes.
a ID or a registration
Hmm.
number, you can say.
Yes.
Each vehicle have some what CC means
Hmm.
1000 cc or 1500 cc, like that.
Hmm.
Two-wheeler is and
Capacity.
capacity of engine capacity.
Engine capacity.
So see, this ID and CC also belongs to this two-wheeler and four-wheeler entities, na?
Yes.
So these are two attributes which
Common
are
attributes.
common.
Ah.
Then then you should not put those attributes here.
Mm.
Rather, you put those attribute, attach those attribute with the parent class.
Mm.
Now, what attributes you can attach with two-wheeler and four-wheeler? Some special attributes.
Number of
Two-wheeler will
wheels,
contain some special
number of
attributes.
seat, number of wheels.
No, four-wheeler and two-wheeler both have number of seat attribute. Now, four-wheeler have five-seater, six-seater,
Mm.
seven-seater. Two-wheeler also have two-seater
So that also come in the this thing only. You mean to say
parent class.
common attribute, parent class.
So I mean that
Mm.
you should put those attributes here in the subclass which are
Mm.
unique to them.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
which do not the attribute do not appear. If it is appear for two-wheeler, it will not appear for the four-wheeler. If the attribute is
Mm.
appearing for four-wheeler, it will not appear for the two-wheeler. Then you put
Mm.
those attributes here. Otherwise, you do
Mm.
not. All the common attributes should be put over there. Okay.
Mm.
One more thing about specialization is that suppose the vehicle is
Mm.
participating in a relationship with
Mm.
some other entity.
Mm.
Okay. The this parent entity is
Mm.
participating in a relationship with some other entity.
Mm.
Then you do not have to show that four-wheeler is also participating with this entity.
Yes,
Two-wheeler
hundred
is
percent.
also participating with this entity. No, you do not need to show
Show them
these
separately.
show them separately. Okay.
Mm.
If parent is participating in a relationship, then
Mm.
obviously its child or children automatically
Mm.
will participate in that relationship.
Mm.
That is called specialization. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when I say that the attributes of the parent automatically
Mm.
inherited into child,
Mm.
this is something called attribute inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
Attribute inheritance. In fact, ISA relationship is the other name of inheritance. You know,
Okay. Correct.
in Java you will find that inheritance, or in any
Yes.
OOP you will find inheritance, and that
Mm.
inheritance there also it will be mentioned that it is a ISA relationship. Means
Mm.
inheritance is named as ISA relationship.
Mm.
Okay, so this is your specialization. Now, what about
Mm.
generalization? Generalization is simply this thing. This is generalization, but the symbol
Mm.
is different. Symbol is this way. Okay,
Mm.
the reverse. Just this is the difference. In pictorial notation,
Mm.
this is the difference between generalization and specialization, nothing else. Nothing
Okay.
else. How can you understand that there is specialization or there is generalization?
By the
You
tarot mark.
you have to identify whether in the question they are mentioning about specialization or generalization. How can you
Mm.
understand?
One is this diagram with the diagram with that mark.
No, diagram though you have to draw the diagram. Okay.
Okay.
You will be provided with a long question. है ना? You should remember
In
that.
the scenario case, they will give the
Yeah, the
statement wise.
scenario
They'll
will
give.
be the statement will be given. From the statement,
Mm.
they will mention something like that. See, you want to we are going to make a database for an automobile
Mm.
engineering shop or an automobile shop.
Mm.
There we will find some variable vehicles, and vehicles
Mm.
have these attributes. Okay,
Mm.
the company deals with some kinds of variables. The different
Mm.
types of variables are two-wheeler, four-wheeler, etc., etc. If the statement goes like that, then you will find that okay,
Mm.
this is your specialization. They will mention.
Mm.
You have to understand by the statement whether it is a case of specialization
Mm.
or it is a case of generalization. If they mention
Okay.
that if they mention vehicle first and tells its
Mm.
attributes, after that they are saying
It.
that vehicles are of different types, two-wheeler, four-wheelers, then
Mm.
you will mention that this is a case of specialization.
Specialization.
But see, if the statement goes like that, the company deals with the company deals with two-wheeler, company deals with four-wheelers. The two-wheeler has the
Then.
attribute ID, CC, and these attributes.
Mm.
Four-wheeler has the attributes ID, CC, and these attributes. Okay,
Mm.
then you will
Then
understand
it
that
is
see,
generalization.
this is generalization. Means
Mm.
that in the question, if it is a specialization, then the parent class will be highlighted.
Mm.
Okay, but you
Mm.
have to understand that this is a generalization. Then in the question, the child
Mm.
classes will be highlighted.
Okay.
So this is all about specialization and generalization. That is
Okay.
the thing they have mentioned here: subclasses and superclasses. Means the
Super
parent is
classes.
superclass, the childs are
Mm.
subclasses, something like that. See,
Mm.
shape. Shape is a superclass. You can have different types of shapes as subclasses. Okay.
Okay. I think we can go leave this and we can go with the other.
Ha, sure, sure. We will. Just I want to see the specialization, the symbol. See the symbol of specialization.
Symbol is missing.
That symbol is missing, but their
Mm.
their notation is something like that. And what is
Mm.
the symbol they used for generalization?
Generalization.
Generalization.
Only their
Same
bottom
symbol,
approach, top
but
up.
they are writing something
Mm.
like that, bottom up
Right.
approach.
Mm. So in this diagram, that same arrow mark was given over there.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you that you should follow
Mm.
this notation, this one. Okay. This is for
Mm.
specialization
Mm.
and this is for generalization.
Generalization.
Very simple thing. So we
Yeah,
did
yeah, I
all
got
these
it.
things in our here
Mm. We have
diagram
done all this.
classes. Okay. Mapping we
Mm.
also did. How many
Mm.
entities are participating with how many entities in that relationship? See here, employee works for department. So how many employees? N employees. See here, N employee
N to
is
one.
participating in this
With one.
relationship
Mm.
with one department. So this is your
Mm.
cardinality,
Mm.
and that's all.
See, I forgot about the double line. Why they have put double line there? I forgot that.
So I didn't show any double line in my classes.
Here they have shown double line. What
Yeah,
I
they
don't
are
know
showing
about it.
double line. Double line is a notation which are used by some authors in their books to represent, I think, full participation. Means
Mm.
full participation means, see, employee dependents of dependent. Means this dependent is fully participated in this relationship.
A relationship.
Okay, but not the employee.
Mm.
Means the if there is a dependent, then obviously
Mm.
there is an employer. There will be an employee. Okay,
100%.
but it doesn't mean that if there is an employee, there must be a dependent.
Mm.
Many employees will be there who do not have any dependent. Means dependent means what? Father, mother, wife, or spouse, or children.
Mm.
Those information will be there in the dependent. Na?
Yes.
So if an employee is there who have no dependent, then there will be no data for him in this dependent table, dependent
Mm.
relation. Okay. So employee, you can say that employee is not fully participating here, fully participating here. So
Mm.
some author put this type of notations, full participation.
Okay.
You can verify it with the, see, I have the book beside me. It is from Navate, Elmasari Navate. Okay,
Okay.
so you can take a look of the book Korth. There you will find what is the meaning of double line. So here the diagram is followed from the book Elmasari Navate.
Mm-hmm.
Full participation, total participation. They are saying total participation. I told you full participation. Both are same. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is all about this unit. So what is there in the next unit?
Seventh unit,
Structured query
structured
language.
query.
Structured query language SQL we did up to, I think, what? You remember?
Yes, we have done that.
I think up
Till
to,
this update alter also we had done it.
yeah, you can see the videos. Na? We did those videos. Na?
Yes, yes. We have till modified table update we have done till there.
RDBMS 9, RDBMS 8. This one, I think.
In
This
relational algebra also we did
12th
here
June.
in that hmm.
12th June. This is the last class we did. कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट हम लोग किए थे मतलब we did कार्टेशियन
Ah,
प्रोडक्ट
किए थे. We did it. We did it. The how it will be giving all the
जॉइन
matching table. Join भी किए थे हमने. Join अभी किया है.
अच्छा इनर क्वेरी सब क्वेरी भी किए थे we did सब क्वेरी
Hmm. पार्टीशन
यूनियन
में हम ज्वाइन किए थे. अभी लास्ट क्लास में ज्वाइन करके सेपरेटली हमने
हाँ
कंप्लीट किया
that
था.
is the case of relational algebra but
Hmm.
using SQL we did these things यूनियन ये तो इनर क्वेरी दिस इज इनर क्वेरी और सब क्वेरी
Hmm. Wait, to select F name, L name from JEMP, JDPT, where
या
JEMP D number is equal to JDPT D number and D name is equal to production.
या काउंट we did these things
Hmm.
okay union intersection minus
And minus. Yes, everything is.
lots of things. Okay, I will again send some sample queries. You can. Okay, so SQL,
We have done.
हाँ
Almost it is done. इसमें दो यूनिट है SQL के लिए. कौन कौन सा वो कमांड उन्होंने कंप्लीट किया है वो थोड़ा देखना
अच्छा
पड़ेगा.
एक बार इसको खोल के देखे मतलब
पीपीटी
what
में
is
क्या
there
है.
inside?
हम्म. ये मैपिंग का हो गया. 7 का खोलना है. 7th यूनिट.
अच्छा structured query language SQL DDL DML create alter drop update delete insert we did those things ना create table
हाँ
alter
पूरा
table
हो गया
ये
है.
सब तो grant or
हम्म.
revoke we cannot do here
हम्म.
create table data types varchar char number अच्छा ये
नॉट
है
नल ये
constraint
सब किया है हमने. कंस्ट्रेंट्स भी किया है.
हाँ प्राइमरी की फॉरेन की शायद नहीं किए हैं ठीक है
हाँ एक है बट
क्रिएट टेबल यूनिक कॉन्स्ट्रेंट नॉट नल कॉन्स्ट्रेंट मतलब पता है यू नो
हाँ पता
कॉन्स्ट्रेंट
है. हाँ पता है.
हाँ So not null means the field will not contain any null value.
Any null values.
Yeah. Unique constraint means the field
It
will
should
contain
have the
only unique number. You
unique
have to mention
data.
like that. This is inline definition. Inline.
Hmm.
Inline means when you are declaring the column, that time
Attribute
you are
column. That time we are
defining the
defining the
constraint.
constraint also.
Right. Primary key constant is like that. Foreign key. Foreign key, you remember? Referential integrity.
पता है मेरे को
Hmm.
referential
Yeah,
integrity.
reference. Check constraint. There. Insert into statement. Acha. Drop table to delete the table. Alter table to alter the table
Modify
element.
the table.
SQL select statement. Select distinct.
Hmm.
What it will do? Distinct. By
That
default, select will consider the duplicates.
uh-huh.
Select distinct will eliminate the duplicates.
The duplicate.
Order by. Order by
ये
what
भी
it will
किए
do?
थे हम लोग.
By default, SQL select statement will,
ये सॉर्टिंग ऑप्शन में हेल्प करेगा
yeah,
हमको.
arrange the resultant
Hmm.
tuples in ascending order. But if you want to
Hmm.
specify that the result will be displayed in descending order, then you have to mention DESC.
Hmm.
ASC is default.
Yes, as
You do not have to.
ascending default.
Yeah. See here, select star from customer order by country. Okay.
Country. तो
So
कंट्री
the
में कंट्री
result will
कॉलम
be
का
ordered.
असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर होगा.
It will be automatically in ascending order because they do not mention any DESC here.
हाँ. स्पेसिफिकेशन इज बीन नॉट गिवन तो डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू में वो असेंडिंग सेलेक्ट हो जाएगा यहाँ पे.
Right.
और
But
कंट्री के असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में जो भी
yeah,
डेटा है वो सॉर्ट करके आएगा रिजल्टेंट
ekdam,
में,
ekdam.
रिजल्ट सेट में.
But suppose
लाइक
if
ऑपरेटर. हाँ.
no, suppose if I want to order my result in such a way that first country column will be sorted, after that say salary column will be sorted.
देन
Means,
बाय
huh?
देन बाय करके कुछ था ना, देन करके
No, no,
देन
no,
एक वर्ड
no,
से.
no, 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 no. Then you have to mention that column name by using comma just after this.
हाँ
Means
हाँ करेक्ट,
select
वो
star from
मल्टीपल कॉलम.
customer ordered by country comma salary
करंट.
just
हाँ
like that.
हाँ ओके
So
याद.
the result will be sorted first by
रेस्पेक्टिवली फर्स्ट जो किया है
country,
फर्स्ट लेवल ऑर्डर में ले देगा, वो सॉर्ट होगा.
the tuples under
देन
same
बाय
country
द
will be
सेकेंड
sorted
हमने
for the next attribute.
नेक्स्ट स्टेप.
Okay, like operator we did. Like means matching, string matching,
मैचिंग पैटर्न्स.
pattern matching.
पैटर्न मैचिंग.
So there are two symbols, percentage and underscore. Percentage will be represented as single. No, underscore will represent
नो
single
नो नो
character. Percentage
सिंगल.
will represent any number of characters. These two are called wildcard characters. Somewhere they should write that thing. No, wildcards. These two are called wildcard characters. Okay, but you should remember that wildcard characters varies from one software to another. This percent and
स्टार
underscore,
एंड क्वेश्चन मार्क अगर एप्लीकेशन.
in some other application there should be other characters as wildcard characters.
स्टार एंड क्वेश्चन मार्क ना वाइल्ड कार्ड कर.
Question mark is there. Question mark means single characters.
सिंगल कैरेक्टर.
Percent and question mark will be there. I think for SQL, my SQL. Okay, this is means what?
That is starting with A. It could be followed by anything, any number of characters.
No. A after that this is
Space they have
two
given.
underscore means the
Oh, two
means the
underscore means
yeah.
first two
This is
letters.
the single underscore na. Here you can see the single underscore is
Uh-huh.
like that. Then there must be two
So here
underscore.
three letter.
At least three
Mm.
letter will be there, of which first letter is A.
Then A.
At least three letters
Mm.
will be there in the string.
वो डैश समझी मैंने वो अंडरस्कोर ठीक तरह से समझ नहीं पाई उस टेबल में.
हाँ हाँ. Okay.
Hmm.
So they can give questions from here.
Hmm.
SQL in operator. In operator, we did that column in value. Means if you want to find some value of the particular column in some set of values, from some set of value, this is check. This is basically OR. Means suppose if you want to find the name of employees from cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, okay, then how can you
Hmm.
write the query? Select star from employee where city equal to
Where
Mumbai
city
or
name
city
city.
equal to Kolkata or city equal to Delhi. You can write the query
Hmm.
like that. Okay, but you can
Hmm.
also write like that where city in Mumbai, comma Kolkata, comma
In
Delhi.
comma Kolkata. Hmm.
Yeah, just like that.
Hmm.
That is a substitution of OR operator. Between is
Hmm.
used to get the numerical means
Range.
query range.
Range.
This is range. SQL aliases. Aliases means the other name, a
Hmm.
separate name. As column name, as name. You can put your own name. This will be. This is not permanent. This will be shown in the result set. Okay, result set means whatever result is given by this query, that is called
आपने
result set.
टोटल करके एक रिकॉर्ड में दिए थे
Yeah.
ये याद है.
Remember, right. So if you put as, then it is okay. If you do not put as, just give a space and write this name, then it will also work.
Hmm.
And this
Okay.
aliasing can be done with column name as well as table name too. See here,
Hmm.
table name can be aliases like that. Okay.
Hmm. Only which will be reflected in the resultant
SQL
set.
ठीक ठाक ही दिए है ये लोग नोट. SQL aggregate function avg count max min sum हम लोग जानते
हो
हैं.
गया ये
I
कल ही
know all
डिस्कस
those
किया है
things.
हमने.
Okay, SQL join.
जॉइन भी
How join?
इसके.
Cartesian product. How Cartesian product will be performed? Cartesian product will be performed by specifying the table names with commas.
हम्म.
But if you want to perform join name, see select orders, order ID,
यहाँ पे डॉट
comma,
यूज किया है.
order so, comma, customer C. This is your Cartesian product. Okay.
हम्म.
This is your Cartesian product. See, after from, you are mentioning the table names by comma. So this is your
कॉमा.
Cartesian product. Okay. So what will be the
हम्म.
result? Result will be the combination of all these two tables.
Matching
All
this as a criteria where customer ID
yeah.
is equal to customer ID.
Yeah,
Customer ID.
if you remove this condition, then what you will
Then
get?
spurious
Every
number
combination
uh,
you will get.
of
Okay.
row and column will get
Remember. Which
product.
includes
4
obviously the
into 3
spurious
means
numbers.
12 row.
Yeah.
So 12 rows will be displayed. If we give this condition, only 3 matching record will be given.
So this is not join. Why they are doing join, pause, combine two rows columns? Let's look at the selection from order table. Ay bapre. I think it is a mistake. This is not join. This is not join. This is simply Cartesian
Only is
product.
purely Cartesian this thing.
Hmm. Join, you have to mention the word join.
हाँ।
एसक्यूएल ग्रुप बाय स्टेटमेंट, ग्रुप बाय तो अलग बात है, मतलब ग्रुप बाय कम्स विथ दोज मीन्स grouping. Okay,
हम्म।
grouping of the result tuples. It comes means it comes with the aggregate functions usually. See here,
ओके।
select count customer ID country from customer group by country means what it will do. It
They'll
will
select
select.
everything and it will sort with country. They'll group into a different
No, no, no.
account,
It will
all
not do
country.
sorting. It will, what it will do. It will count how many customers are there from each country, group by country.
Hmm.
Means suppose from
Okay, it
India
will
they
count
have
based on the
five.
country. Hmm.
Okay, based on country they will group the result tuple.
Hmm.
So count customer ID, comma country, group by country means
Hmm.
from each country how
In
many
that
customers
country,
are
how
there.
many they belongs to, how many customers are there?
For that
That
purpose we
IDs it
use
will
group
count
by.
it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Having is a clause which is used on that group by and that aggregate function. Means see, if I tell you, okay, find the name of the country which
Hmm.
have from which we have more than five customers. Okay,
Hmm.
you understand this
So
query?
having class will come.
You
Hmm.
understand this
Then
query?
it will be yes. Then it will
Then
be
it will
continued by
be
having country
having count customer ID greater than 5. You have to write like that.
greater than 5.
So you can say, okay, the condition we can put also with where clause, because we know usually
Hmm.
we append the condition along with the where clause, na? but
Yes.
but with group by clause, but with this specially group by clause, you cannot use the where clause. For that purpose you have to use the having clause. Okay, see,
Hmm.
group by having, this is the order how this
एक
select from
क्वेश्चन था
where
ना
group
इसमें.
having order by these are written. There is a question in your CA1 or CA2
Yes, that's
that
what CA. That's what I was telling.
uh,
एक क्वेश्चन भी था, असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चन भी
हाँ
था
मुझे अभी
इसके
याद
ऊपर.
आया इसको देख के. By seeing this I remember that there
Hmm.
is a question something like that. Okay, oh, they made questions from
Hmm.
here. अच्छा.
At
Anyway.
least they have used something. और सब क्वेरी के ऊपर भी
Sub
था,
query
इस
we
लेसन
did.
के ऊपर तो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आए थे एक्चुअली.
हाँ DBMS तो ठीक है, DBMS नो प्रॉब्लम. अच्छा, इंसर्ट कमांड अपडेट कमांड फिर से क्यों दे रहे हैं? लेकिन ज्वाइन के लिए कंफ्यूजन रहेगा यहाँ पे. ज्वाइन
कंफ्यूजन रहेगा ये आरटी
ये
कार्टेशियन
कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट
प्रोडक्ट में
लिखा है.
जितना ही
दे
करके दो.
दे शोन द syntax of
हम्म.
Cartesian product. Let's see here. Post.
हम कितने क्लास में एटलीस्ट 2-3 क्लासेस में लिए थे ये एसक्यूएल कमांड, इन लोग ने पूरा एक ही क्लास में कंप्लीट कर दिया है.
पता नहीं आप
एक
किए
ही
थे?
पीपीटी में. नहीं, एक ही पीपीटी में है ना, तो एक पीपीटी
ओ
तो
एक
हम
ही
लोग एक क्लास
ये
में
देखिए,
कंप्लीट
सी
कर लेते हैं.
दिस इज जॉइन. दे
हाँ,
दे
यहाँ पे
आर
लेके आए
पुटिंग
हैं.
जॉइन सेपरेटली. ओके,
बट यहाँ पे जॉइन वर्ड नहीं है.
यहाँ पर भी नहीं दिए. सब क्वेरी फिर से. Why? The same thing they are
वही
repeating
ऑप्शन
in the
सेम थिंग
second PPT.
रिपीटिंग हियर इन द नेक्स्ट. आई थिंक वहाँ पे कंप्लीट नहीं हुए थे इसीलिए ये पीपीटी बना के रखा है, क्योंकि 2 पीपीटी है ना.
हाँ, but the both the PPT contains the same. Did they miss
हम्म.
the other
वो
PPT?
हाफ से दाया वाला कंप्लीट करके लेके आए हैं.
Okay.
डुप्लीकेट बना हुआ है यहाँ पे. और डीबीएमएस में रिडंडेंसी आ गया. कुछ व्यू में ड्रॉपिंग व्यू, अपडेटिंग अ व्यू, ये क्या कम ऐड किया है, क्रिएटिंग एंड वर्किंग विथ एसक्यूएल।
ये हैविंग तक मतलब यहाँ तक दे रिपीट द थिंग.
प्रीवियस वन।
After that, recap of SQL queries, creating and working with view. So view is different thing. I'm telling you view. But before that join,
हम्म,
we have to clear it because what they are mentioning here as join is, I think, not right.
कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट।
It is Cartesian product.
हम्म,
We have the oracle here, na? Just have a peek.
हाँ,
Uh, what was the password I forgot? The password for this account must be changed.
हाँ,
On bank
शायद
का
कुछ दिन
password
हो
ना.
गए हैं। वो कुछ कुछ एप्लीकेशन में वो प्रीवियस पासवर्ड बहुत जरूरी है ना,
कौन सा?
लाइक प्रीवियस पासवर्ड्स इन सर्टेन एप्लीकेशंस।
प्रीवियस पासवर्ड, हाँ वो शायद ये इसका पासवर्ड एक्सपायर हो गया, मतलब कि दे हैव implemented some features like that. The password has been expired. Okay, so we have some tables here, na?
हाँ,
Select star from JEMP. I hope, yeah, we have the things. And we have another select star from
JDPT also is there।
JDPT is also
हाँ,
there,
ये
na?
भी है। हाँ, ये भी है।
Hmm.
और लोकेशन भी है।
Location भी है.
एलओसी, एलओसी भी है।
We are going straight forward the Cartesian product
ओके।
from
कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट
JEMP.
का वर्क सम प्रॉब्लम्स भी है असाइनमेंट में।
हाँ
उसका असाइनमेंट भी हमने ट्राई किए थे।
हाँ हाँ. See here, this is your Cartesian product. You have every
हाँ,
combination.
यस, ऑल द कॉम्बिनेशन।
More than 10 rows. Okay. So I'm giving. See here how many combinations are there? 48 rows.
48,
Because you have
12 कुछ था इसमें।
12 rows.
12
Employee
रोज
में
था।
you have 12
यस,
rows
फोर।
and इसमें you have 4.
फोर।
4 into
12
12
फोर
means
48,
48
करेक्ट।
rows. So clearly this is Cartesian product.
हम्म,
There is no doubt because the SSN 101 is, sorry, department number 4 is
हम्म,
combined with department number 4 as well as department number 5 also, na?
हम्म,
4 and 5, right? 10 is combined with, so this is not joint.
जॉइन
This is not joint. Okay. Now when you give where DNO is equal to
टू डीनम।
DEP year,
हम्म,
so this will remove the spurious tuples.
इट विल गिव एग्जैक्टली 12
4
मैचिंग
4 5
रिकॉर्ड्स।
5. But this doesn't mean that this becomes a join.
हाँ,
This is a Cartesian product and we are
यस,
giving a condition.
वेयर क्लॉज,
Okay,
कंडीशन, वेयर क्लॉज, वेयर गिवन।
let's write something like that. Select star from JEMP, join JDEPT PPT on DNO equal to TNU and DBR. See, this is your join. This is called join. This is Cartesian product. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For join, you have to mention the keyword join. When
Mm.
you are mentioning join,
Mm.
you will have this thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your join.
Mm.
This is not join. I hope that they have made a mistake here. I think here by
Mm.
mentioning that this is a join.
हाँ वो
But
कुछ गलत हुआ है वहाँ पे
so to perform the join, you have to mention the join keyword.
कीवर्ड जॉइन
Anyway, so next you have creating and working with views in SQL. Now, what is a view? I can tell you what is a view. View is basically what you understand by the word view. It's a suppose you have a very large table. Okay,
हम्म
you have a very large table means you have many rows with many attributes. Maybe 50
हम्म
attributes, 60 attributes are there in the table. But in
हम्म
daily, for daily working, you do not require all those tuples and all those attributes too.
हम्म
Probably you are working with very few number of attributes.
हम्म
Means suppose you have a very large table. Okay?
हम्म
Dot. So many attributes are there. This is the actual
ओके
table.
यस
But for regular work, you do not require this many number of
ऑल दैट
attributes. You
हम्म
just require these attributes. Okay, say
हम्म
this is your A, B, say C, D, and say Z. You require A, B, D, and Z.
एंड जेड हम्म
So A, B, D,
जेड
and Z. You can create a smaller version of this table which includes
हम्म
only these attributes.
ओके
In some other word, you can say this is my V1. Say in some other work, or maybe some in some other department, your colleague required the same table, but with the attribute A and D and Z only. A, D,
हम्म
C only.
ओके
So this is your V2. These are all views. Views of the table. Okay. Which
बेस्ड ऑन द
contains,
रिक्वायरमेंट
yeah. So what is that? What is the purpose? Purpose is obviously very easy to understand that this table, handling this large table is will be quite difficult.
एंड
Rather
टाइम
handling this
कंज्यूमिंग
small table is
हम्म
easy, na? Easier,
यस
right? Okay. Now the second question can be like that
हम्म
whether this is the table, physical table
हम्म
means this table exists just like any other table, just like this
हम्म
table, the table exists. this is
हम्म
this is not a existing table, na? What is an existing
हाँ
table? This is an
Is
existing table. This is an
yes,
existing table.
JEMP, JDPT,
Yeah,
J location,
you
everything.
have in your disk, you have the existence of this record in this format.
Hmm.
This tabular form exists.
Hmm.
Okay, although this is a logical structure, but still these data are exist in this specific form
Hmm.
somewhere. Okay, But here, these are some logical concepts
mm,
or logical structure. The
mm.
tables, physical table do not exist like that. Physically,
Okay.
the table exists in this format. In this format. Okay. Then what
Yes.
is this? What are these views? These views are some queries. Queries.
Mm.
This is also a queries. Okay. A query.
Yes.
This is the name of that query and hence the name of the view. This is the name of this query and hence the name of the view. Okay.
Okay.
But the important thing is that you can run SQL queries
Mm.
on this view name, treating this view name as a table name, as a physical table.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Means you can write something like that. See, on this physical table, you can write something like that. Huh? Select start from T, where say B is equal to say some data, one.
Mm.
Okay.
Similarly, we can write this one also, I think.
Similarly,
Select,
you can write
select,
queries like that. Select
select
star from
from
C
C
to
V2
where
where
C is
C is
equal
greater
to
than 500. Anything.
greater than 500, something like that. Okay. So what will
Mm.
happen? How the compiler will process the thing? When the compiler gets something after this from clause,
Mm-hmm.
this from, this from keyword, it will target. So whatever it will get after from keyword, it will
Mm.
understand either it is a table, physical table,
Mm.
or it will be a view.
View.
If it is a physical table, then it will directly refer to the database
Database.
to fetch the record. But if it is a view, then it will
Mm.
search for the query which is saved with this name v2.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting the things?
Yes.
After from clause, if it is a physical table, then it will
Mm.
fetch, then it will
Directly from the database.
go to the physical table and directly fetch the data from there.
Mm.
Okay.
Here
But
it
if
will search for the where saved query.
yes, if it is if it found that
View
it is
is
not a
there.
physical table, it is a
Mm.
view, then it will search for the
Search for a
respective
query.
query.
Mm.
Now, where this query resides, the query resides something called Oracle or data catalog. You can
Mm-hmm.
say this is a catalog.
This question was also there, data catalog
Where?
in the assignments.
Oh, CA1, CA2, na?
Mm.
Catalog was a tha. So
Data catalog करके.
catalog is there where
Mm.
the
All the saved
view
queries are
definition.
stored.
View definition means the query. Okay. View
Mm.
definition means the query with
Mm.
respect to the view. So
Mm.
from the catalog, it will fetch the respective query
Mm.
and it will, what it will do, see, it will fetch the query and it will run the query. Okay.
Mm.
Here, it will write the query. Okay.
Mm.
And select start from where C greater than 500. It will restructure the thing like that. Are you getting the thing?
Yes.
So it will replace the v2 with the respective query here.
Mm.
So this query will be executed first and that
Mm.
will give you a set of data here, set of tuple. On
Mm.
that set of tuple, it will
Mm.
execute this condition to get the data, actual result. Okay. Suppose we can run a query here. We can create a straightforward create a view here. Say say this one. Acha, just tell me. Now one more thing I will tell you, that since I told you that this is the view of this physical table now.
Yes.
And what is a view? View is basically a query. Now
Yes.
it is not necessary that the table, this is also sometimes called base table. Okay,
Hmm.
base table means
Hmm.
the table on which the query of the
Query
view will be
was.
executed. Okay,
Hmm.
so it is not necessary the base table will be a one table, it may be of multiple tables.
Multiple tail.
Okay, just like that. Say suppose we are getting here f name, sorry, f name comma l name comma ct, right? So just execute the thing. See here, we are getting the employee name and their respective cities, right?
Yes.
So to get this thing, we have to write this long query. Maybe in real life, this query will become real long. Maybe thousands of characters or maybe hundreds of lines are there in a real
Hmm.
life project query. Okay, so to create view, you have to give a view name. Say I am telling, say mm, the view name is here, say my view one.
Hmm.
As after that, you give this thing. So this is the syntax of creating a view. Just try to run it.
Okay.
View created. The view is created and it is stored in catalog. Now, how can we
Yes.
run the view? We can run the view like that. Select start from my view one. See how simple.
Yes.
See, you are getting the result. Select start from my view means here, see, when the compiler is executing, trying to execute this line, so after from clause, whatever it is getting,
It
it is
is
not
going for
from
the
the table.
view.
So it from catalog it identifies that it is a view. Then it is going to search
Hmm.
for the respective query. So it will find this is
Hmm.
definition, view definition, and this is the respective query. So what it will do, it will do something like that. Says select star from, select star from. After that, it will put this thing.
Hmm. Which resultant will be the same.
See, I'm just writing what the view, what the compiler will do. Okay,
Hmm.
just trying to execute the thing. See, the same result is given. You understand?
Yes, I got
So
it.
this,
Here, as is compulsory, yeah?
yeah, as is there because this includes this as is not like the aliasing as.
Alias one, right? Because
Okay,
we have
here
not given any name for that.
here aliasing you can say like that as first name. Okay, say invalid character.
वो भी रिमूव करना है ना the closing bracket.
Oh, I am not selecting the
Okay. Okay.
name already used
It's
by an
done.
existing object. Acha, view one name, my view one name is already exist. They are saying so. I am deleting, creating.
Giving view to
So
mm,
I can give you a single quote. I think it will
select.
it will take
Mm.
single quote. Means I want to include the space, first name like that.
Okay.
From keyword not found where expected. Select F name as first name from JEMP. Just make it simple. Create view my view as, okay, view created. Okay, see here,
Mm.
as is for the renaming purpose, means the
That's what. Mm.
inside the view, inside the view the respective name will be changed.
Attribute. Mm.
See here first name, right?
Mm.
Now see, I am creating another 3. Here I am giving L name, I am not giving
As
as.
last name.
Boxing it. Let's see whether it is taking.
Mm.
From keyword not found. Okay, it is not taking. So remove it. Okay, last name. I am not giving the as here in between.
As. Mm. Then also it should work as normal screen
View
alias
created.
only.
See
Mm.
view
It
created.
took it.
And if we
View
give
is created.
3, so what it will
And
be?
run
See last name.
last name.
So
Mm.
this as is not mandatory, but this as is mandatory. As you remove the
In
one,
the viewer.
yeah, it is included in the view syntax, I think. See missing keyword. Okay,
Mm.
so you must have the keyword as. Okay, so this is your view.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm. Mm.
okay, so views in SQL, after that you have to read whatever they are written. Updating view,
वो
you can update a
क्लॉज
view.
करके ले सकते हैं ना वो
Huh?
like as clause that as could be considered as a clause no
As,
और different meaning है क्या
uh, I'm not getting you.
वो जो हमने as लिखा था ना like as
Where?
select create view कीवर्ड मिसिंग करके हमको अभी आया था ना जो व्यू के साथ हमने as यूज किया है हाँ
Hmm.
उसको क्लॉज करके ले सकते हैं क्या
अच्छा,
मीन्स कंसिडर एज अ क्लॉज लाइक वेयर क्लॉज लाइक दैट क्लॉज करके कंसिडर कर सकते हैं कि कीवर्ड है कि क्या है उसका
it's a
टर्म
keyword basically. It's a keyword. Means
हम्म
keyword means what? Keyword means the predefined phrase or word which must be there,
which compiler yes which
yeah,
compiler will have their
in
own
order
name
to proper compilation. Okay,
yes
clause is something which can be attached with it. Okay,
mm-hmm.
it is optional. Where, group by, having, these are
mm.
the clauses. Okay,
Mm.
and here this as is basically is the part
Uh,
of the syntax.
correct mm.
So this is your view, creating view, updating view. You can update a view also, create or replace.
Mm.
Dropping a view means like you drop a table or relation. Like the same way
Mm.
you can drop a view, means the view will be destroyed once it is dropped. अच्छा एम्बेडेड एसक्यूएल भी सब कुछ
एमबेड
बंद करता
एसक्यूएल भी है
है। अरे बाप रे, एम्बेडेड एसक्यूएल क्या है पता है?
ये तो हाई लेवल का है ना
हाँ, मतलब देख रहे हैं क्या दिए, just the definitions, nothing else. Okay,
Yeah.
embedded SQL. I did learned embedded SQL in many year back. I used to
Okay.
program in SQL called
Mhm.
PROC, PROC.
Okay.
Okay, where the SQL is embedded inside the C program. I did not
Mm-hmm.
use any of this language over there. Okay, maybe C++ were there also, but Java Python was not at that time.
That time.
So Pro C, that is embedded SQL, means you can embed the SQL syntax,
I have heard about embedded C.
yeah, inside a complete C program. Yeah, we built a API, means
ओ ये API बिल्ड करने के लिए क्या?
एक small type of, you can say, a software which has a very specific purpose,
Mm-hmm.
which includes some database activities inside
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm.
So embedded SQL, they are including some JDBC. JDBC, yeah, JDBC you can say
ये अपन
also.
ये इसमें दिखा रहे थे जावा क्लास में दिखा रहे थे एक
JDBC is a
ये
part of,
ड्राइवर
JDBC is a part of Java. Okay, when you
हाँ
see what is Java basically, Java is the programming language to develop the front end. No?
हम्म
So whatever, suppose Facebook, okay, although Facebook
हम्म
is not written in Java, anyway,
हम्म
say Facebook, you have
कौन
some
सा लैंग्वेज यूज किया है पाइथन क्या सी प्लस प्लस
Facebook.
हाँ
Initially, Facebook was built in, as far I remember, using PHP.
ओके
Okay, and nowadays, no single means no application is built with only a single kind of language.
लैंग्वेज
Many types of
ओके
language are attached to it. Okay.
हम्म
Anyway, so something like that. Suppose a Facebook, this is
हम्म
your the view. This is your view, means whatever you
हम्म
see in your mobile or computer. Okay.
हम्म
So the design of this view, means the
हम्म
design of this page,
हम्म
is an issue. Number one. Okay.
हम्म
Now
linking the data with this
whatever the design, I am saying that the design only. So these the
हम्म
boxes, how it will appear, the colors and everything. Okay. So
हम्म
that is a issue. Issue number one.
हम्म
This is called front end. Okay.
हम्म
The second is, suppose you put a click over here or you refresh, whatever it is. Acha, you understand that this is your client. Na? When you are
हम्म
when you are displaying the Facebook, this is a client,
हम्म
and there must be a server, right?
हम्म
There must be a computer anywhere in the world which actually contains the program behind it, right?
करेक्ट
This is called server,
हम्म
where the Facebook program for Facebook has been stored.
हम्म
Okay,
हम्म
so when you connect to that server by giving the appropriate URL, user ID, password, okay,
हम्म
so whatever comes here is the
हम्म
view,
हम्म
and coming into your browser, it will executed by your browser to display these designs. So this is
यस
one issue. Now after consequent clicks or your demands, on your demands, it will send something called
रिक्वेस्ट
request.
हम्म
Okay, this request will be received by the server and it will do some process. Remember, it will
हम्म
do some process and generate some response.
यस
Response.
हम्म
Then it will be sent back to your machine. Your
हम्म
browser will again be executing all those response, all those codes coming as a response. Okay,
हम्म
and hence display the respective data. Okay,
हम्म
but look here, there are some process on your
हम्म
request. Huh?
यस
So who worked this? Means what is this? These are some programs.
Mm.
These programs are called backend programs.
Mm.
Okay. So here there is no design issue.
Mm.
So writing this program is the second issue. Okay.
Mm.
Now maybe your request is to get some of your old uploaded photos. You want to view here
Mm.
some previous uploaded photos. Okay.
Mm.
So it will, this program will identify your folder, your data
Yes.
records,
Mm.
and will send the response and will create the response accordingly. Maybe all those data are stored in a database, and that
Mm.
database is kept in other computer, some other computer.
Mm.
Okay, this is your data server. You can say this is your, this is called, specifically this is called web server. This is called
Mm.
data server. Okay, so
Mm.
your actual data is stored somewhere in some
Mm.
other place, in some other computer. Okay,
Okay.
but these data need to be there in this computer, in this program, to in order to generate this response now.
Yes.
So how this program will get this data? This is your third issue. Okay,
सॉरी
the
इन
third
बिटवीन
issue.
थोड़ा वो ब्रेक हो गया है भाई साहब
Sorry.
इन बिटवीन आपका आवाज नहीं आए थोड़ा
Okay, what I was telling, that up to this you understand that this program is going to fetch the data
fetch the data
which you have requested.
yes
The data resides in some other place.
other place
So from there, this program needs that data, need to fetch that data.
connectivity
So fetch
mm.
the data from some, from this place, from this data server is third issue.
Mm.
So this will connect to this machine somehow.
Mm.
It need to connect to this database. Okay.
Mm.
So this connection
Mm.
is necessary to get the data. Now see, this design can be
Mm.
done by some language. You can,
Mm.
you know that HTML. Okay.
PHP
Basically, HTML is the language. HTML is the language through
mm.
which you design. To enhance your
Mm.
design, you may have some other technologies, but the basic is the HTML. Ultimately,
Mm.
your browser can understand only the HTML. Okay. So you have to make the design in HTML. Okay.
Mm.
Dynamically, that HTML can be processed using JavaScript, like
Mm.
many things. Okay. Currently, there are many things available through which you can design the front end, but everything must be converted at the lowest level to HTML to produce the structure. Okay.
Okay.
What is the programming language used here? This programming language can be of PHP. This programming language can be of Java. This
Mm-hmm.
programming language can be of .NET, Python, and many, many, many things.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. वो नोड जो है जेएस वो सब यहीं पे आएगा क्या
कौन सा?
नोड जेएस करके कुछ बोलते हैं
हाँ, Node.js, AngularJS, these are all
हाँ
used to make your design in an efficient way.
ओके
Okay. And with that, they have the capability to handling the server request also, means the database part.
हम्म
So knowing Node.js only, you can build an web application completely. Modern web application can be, see here, to design a web application, you have to know this part, you have to know any of this language, you have to know database. Okay. Obviously, database is a separate part, but you have to know this part and you have to know this part. But using Node.js, AngularJS, you can simply do all those sorts of things together.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this part, if it is in Java, then it is handled with JDBC.
Mm.
Our aim is to make you understand what is JDBC. JDBC is the part of Java, is the technology, Java technology. How, if you are using Java here, then only, okay. If you are using Java
Mm.
as your backend programming language, then you have to use the JDBC in order to connect with the database,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
If you are using
Yes.
.NET here,
Mm.
then you can use
VB.
something called ODBC. ODBC.
ODPC. Okay.
This is Java database connectivity. This
Object
is
origin.
open database connectivity. Okay.
Okay.
PHP have no such kinds of separate technology.
Mm-hmm.
You can directly use PHP commands to connect with the database, although you have different frameworks in PHP which facilitates connecting databases separately. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the with the concept of MVC architecture. Okay.
That
Concept of
XAMPP, everything will be there. Right?
yeah.
No? Apache XAMPP.
Apache is basically this server. It is a
Okay.
container. It is a, you can say, it is a software which if
Mm.
you install in your machine computer, your
Mm.
computer can be worked as a
Mm.
web server. Now, what is the
Server.
performance of a web
Okay.
server? Web server can accept the web request and can generate the
And
response.
give the response. Mm-hmm.
Right. If you put a static IP or a public IP in your machine where you have installed your
Mm-hmm.
Apache web server, okay, then
Mm-hmm.
your web server, whatever you install in your, whatever you deploy in your Apache web server, that can be viewed
Mm-hmm.
throughout the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do not have that IP, then it will
Mm-hmm.
not work as a web server for the
L-
outer world.
local.
But you can use it as a web server in the local environment, means in LAN. Inside LAN you
Mm.
can use that a web server. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the web technology a little bit. Anyway, so next,
Okay.
embedded SQL we are discussing. Three-tier application is something like that, which I have already told you here. This is
Already
your
it is
presentation
discussed here.
layer.
Ah.
Okay, this is your application layer and this is your database layer. What they are mentioned there, the
Okay.
presentation, application, and database layer. So
Recently.
this is your presentation layer. This is your application layer and this is your database layer.
Database layer.
Okay. So this is three-layer architecture of making an application. Maybe
Mm.
it's a web application, maybe it's a standalone application. This is three-tier architecture.
Okay.
Presentation layer.
All the same explanation they have given here.
Hmm. See, in MVC architecture, you can relate it with MVC architecture. This V is for view,
Ah.
C is the controller,
Model.
and M is the model.
Mm.
Although I cannot write model M here, I have to write the model here also, because in this program you have to be separate. You have two different kinds, controller and model. This model part will
Mm.
communicate with the database. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, so it was database layer, and that's all for this unit.
So then with 2 units, I think today.
Yeah, these two units have been completed. 8 PPT. It was eighth unit, na? Eighth
Yeah,
unit.
8th unit it was.
Next, we have ninth unit, query optimization and adaptive query processing. Where is the PPT?
Last last
Oh, they did not
मिसिंग है।
take this one.
हाँ अभी। हाँ,
Query optimization and query processing is basically a technique through which, see, when we write the
ये थोड़ा हम सॉरी, ये थोड़ा हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे कि बहुत सारा कंटेंट हो गया है आज के
we are not going to
क्लास के
discuss
बाद।
this query optimization. Okay, I am just
ओके,
telling you that what is query
ओके,
optimization. Query optimization means, see, this is the way of writing this query. Okay,
यस।
but we cannot say that this is the most efficient way to write this query, or the
हाँ,
compiler
हाँ,
will give this data in the most means the shortest period of time. Okay, we can
हम्म,
write this query in different forms. We can write this query
हम्म,
in different forms. So query optimization tells you about the way of writing queries which we will get the data in the shortest period of time, the most efficient
हम्म,
way of, that means the
हम्म,
time complexity in algorithm.
हम्म,
That
हम्म,
is what I am going to tell you. Just that. The query optimization, in
ओह,
the field of query optimization, we read how to optimize your query to get the data in the fastest time.
फास्टेस्ट
That's all.
वे।
Okay.
ओके, ओके।
After that, they have PLSQL.
हम्म।
PLSQL is something that you can learn. Okay. It's a
वो
programming.
भी वही होगा ना जो एपीए एसक्यूएल में नॉर्मल एसक्यूएल में किए थे वो।
No, not exactly. Normal SQL is basically to get the data. Okay.
हम्म,
But then what is PLSQL? PLSQL is obviously the normal SQL is inside PLSQL. Okay.
हम्म,
PLSQL is that, see, with normal SQL, you cannot process the data. You can get the data. Okay.
हम्म।
Suppose you want to process the data. Means what? Suppose,
मैनिपुलेट।
huh, see here, see here, by this query, we are getting the,
Data whatever is stored from the table.
huh, we are getting the data. These are the data. So we are
Hmm.
getting the data, but we are not able to process the data. Means, suppose I say that, okay, now after getting this data, find
Hmm.
who are the person live in, say, Delhi. Okay,
Hmm.
find them. After
Hmm.
that, uh, just increase the salary of them by this
Hmm.
much. Acha, the person who lives in Rajkot decrease their salary by this much.
Hmm.
Okay, these are the processes, a long process that cannot be performed with normal SQL, because
Okay.
to perform all those processes, you need some procedural approaches. Now, by means of procedural approaches, what I mean to say, that you need some if-else logic, you need
Correct.
some loop.
Selection control statement control and
Yeah, you need those procedural
hmm.
approaches, what you use in your normal programming language like Java, C, and C++. Those things you
Hmm.
need to do that kind of processes that you cannot do with normal SQL.
Normal SQL. Okay.
Normal SQL will only give you a set of data.
Set
Now,
of
if you
data.
want to perform lots of operations on that set of data,
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
you will need something more than normal SQL. That is your
Hmm.
PL SQL, means procedural language. This is a procedural
Okay, okay,
language
as the
that
name
is
says it is.
with
Hmm.
SQL. Okay.
SQL. Okay.
So I can
Got
give
it.
you a clear idea about PLSQL. We have to use PLSQL lots in our applications. And
Hmm.
I have some
In what you
ready PPTs,
develop.
uh,
Okay.
what we develop, or I have
Real world means real projects what you will
yeah, yeah.
do.
I have to take PLSQL, means you can say classes for my trainings जो corporate
Hmm.
होते हैं ना,
Uh-huh.
So for the
Uh-huh.
juniors, I have to take the classes, so that PPT is also available to me. Anyway,
Okay.
so PLSQL is a good thing to learn, but you have to remember that PLSQL, if you are working with Oracle, or in future you are going to work with Oracle, then only
Oh,
you learn PLSQL, because
why?
PLSQL is the property of
Yes.
Oracle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no database, no other database support PLSQL, only Oracle, and
Oracle
the
supports
databases
PLS.
from Oracle supports the concept of PLSQL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So should we stop here today, or if you have anything to ask, then you can please.
No,
Then you
this is
have
all done.
some normal. I hope since query optimization
RDBMS we can
up to this
complete it. I think we are up to the mark.
up to 8 unit they have completed, I think.
Because today she was starting with going to start with ninth chapter only.
Hmm. So we have,
Completed.
yeah, we catch them.
Ah,
Okay,
only
database
little
query.
algo classes if we are
Yeah,
checking
we
with
will
one or
then
two units. I think we
algo.
will be coming with that also at par.
Yeah, yeah. Next week we will catch the algo part.
Hmm.
And if you want Java also, no problem.
Yeah, 100% we will go with that also.
Hmm.
Actually, के बारे में response नहीं था इसीलिए I thought just
हाँ,
checking
no
with you.
problem. I'm just stopping the recording. Huh?
Yeah,
Hmm.
on recording.